Why, hello everyone, how are you doing today? Today we're going to do something I think that is so important for all YouTubers, and I'm sure that you've heard this over and over again, and it's thumbnails. And the one of the thumbnails that really has changed over the last 3 years. For the first 10 years of my YouTube career, I never used AI on thumbnails. It was Lightroom and Photoshop, and I got pretty good at Photoshop. But I'm going to change glasses here. Now, it's changed. I still use Photoshop mostly, especially for the main channel. But as you can see, I started using AI. And it can create very, very good thumbnails. So if you look at the channel here, on the main channel, you can see, this right here was, I would say AI assisted. Very few of these are actually made 100% by AI. AI assisted. This one right here, AI assisted. This one right here is almost completely done with AI. This one right here, 0%. This one right here, 0%. So this one right here, 0%. But there is a mix, and the question is what's the right balance for you? And hopefully, I can help you with that, because I have about 14 years of experience in making thumbnails. I tell people my early thumb videos, let's go to the old stuff here. These are just screen captures right here. But the early thumbnails that were done for these kid channels, I've not got to one yet. We used clip art. And what I mean by clip art is we actually would clip out things from the box and hold it on the image so that it would show up. So like right here, so see where it says Play-Doh right there? On this screen, it's a Play-Doh. I literally clipped that from the box and taped it to my background. That was my clip art. So things evolve, right? So I think it's kind of funny. And that was one of the ways that I evolved with it. So these were done, none of these were even done in Photoshop. These were just pictures. Along the way, I learned how to use Photoshop. And then I learned how to use Lightroom. And then I became better and better at them. And now I'm kind of integrating some AI. And I think that this is what is going to be the next phase for a lot of us. I think I'm pretty good at thumbnails. I think it's one of the reasons why we've been successful. I've done like 5,000 of them. So I've got some experience. I've done probably 90% of those 5,000 myself. I've had employees work for me that's made thumbnails for me. I've hired contractors to do thumbnails for me. And I've even hired out like Fiverr. But I think that the most consistent results I've ever found was a new workflow using AI and Photoshop. So I'm 3 minutes in and I've not even made a thumbnail yet. So I'm going to make a thumbnail for this video. And you can watch, hopefully. So again, we've talked about it a million times everywhere. Thumbnails are the lifeblood of your channel. If people don't like your thumbnail, they're not going to click on it. Alright, so we're going to do one right here in the brand new Seedream 5.0. I'm going to do it through CapCut because I don't even know if I have access to it any other way. So we're going to say image 1. Create a YouTube thumbnail with a 16:9 aspect ratio. The thumbnail will focus on teaching viewers how to use AI to make viral, we'll use that word, people like to use the word, viral thumbnails. I wish I could talk and type at the same time, but I just really can't. The video will use Seedream 5.0 Nano Banana Pro, Flux, and Midjourney. And so one of the other points I want to do with this is to just kind of show you the differences between these different softwares and how they can be used and which is good for what. Because there's one that I included in here that I would never use for a thumbnail, like never, ever. But that's okay, because the world's not just about making thumbnails. Hopefully you can learn other techniques here for graphic design. So I'm going to just literally copy and paste it. Oh, wait a minute, we got to do something else. Use the image attached, but make the guy slightly more handsome, right? Just slightly. I don't want to be, you know, deceptive, but we all like pretty faces, and mine's could use help. Okay, so that is our prompt. Is it the best prompt in the world? Maybe not. We're going to go ahead and do that to fix. And if we need to, we can fix it, right? Oh man, we need it all copied. All right. And we're going. So it's syncing. In the meantime, we're going to go over here to our friend at LTX Studio, and we're going to do it in Nano Banana Pro, and we're going to do it in Flux Pro. Now there's a little yellow triangle down here saying Nano Banana Pro is having difficulties. So if we need to, we might have to do it in Google Flow. Alright, so in LTX, where we want to fix the resolution, I want to do 2K right off the bat. 16:9, that's what your thumbnail is going to be. And we're just going to hit generate. Boom. I love LTX Studio because, like, look, I just generated 6 thumbnails in like a second, right? Just so good. Alright, so the next one we were going to do was Midjourney. Create. We'll look around a bit. Alright, so wait a minute. We're going to go over here to computer 2. We're going to see some of these results. Alright, so let's look at some results. They're popping in. You see them there? In the meantime, I'm going to log into Midjourney. Okay. Back over to Midjourney. We're going to look at those results more in depth in a second. But I just want to get them all kind of going in the first place. So we're going to paste in the prompt again. I'm going to go over here, grab my headshot. And now Midjourney gives you a lot of options here. Image size, so we want 16:9, right? So we got to have that because that's the format you use for thumbnails. Speed, yeah, we'll do fast. We got the resolution, we're going to do high definition. We'll do a batch size of 4. Weirdness, so we can adjust all these, the variety, the weirdness, all that stuff. We'll do that later. But whatever. Alright. So that is our friends at Midjourney. Now let's go back and see what Seedream 4 has done. Okay. Hey, you know what? Aspect ratio is off. You know, this is square, but that's okay. I look pretty much like me, right? This one down here in the bottom is a little different. Fixed my chin a little bit. Hey, I like that. I like Seedream viral thumbnails with AI, Flux, Midjourney, Nano Banana Pro. I think that's pretty good. It took off the tiger hat. Huh. Maybe that's the IP thing that they're doing. I think that's pretty good. I wonder if we can go ahead and redo it. Oh, we got 2 right off the bat. Look at that. With the hat. So here they changed the brain. AI. Good. So this is good. It's just in the wrong aspect ratio. And I'm sure there's a way to change it. I just don't usually use CapCut to generate images. So hey, I think that's pretty good. So now we're going to go to our LTX. And right here we have, these are the Flux Pro. That's not it. That's not the thumbnail. Oh my gosh. What do they do to me? And so one of the things we're going to learn is some of these are better than others. Yeah, that doesn't look like me either. And frankly, this is a terrible thumbnail. It's not eye-catching. I don't really care for that soft blue. Yeah. Anyhow, moving on. This one, getting there. We're getting there. Flux put itself front and center. Nano Banana Pro. Oh, we didn't put. Did we put Midjourney? We did put Midjourney. Yeah. So this thumbnail is okay. My hand looks a little weird. The glasses, like, it looks like my thumb is actually in the glass. So now we're in Nano Banana Pro. And again, I can't tell you how much easier this is than just doing a standard thumbnail. Now, people say, I'm going to stop here for a second. Time out. People say, hey, you know, you're replacing creativity, graphic design. Not really, right? Because none of these are final drafts. At least for me, they won't be final drafts. And also, you know, there was a fair amount of thought in the prompt, right? I also had to generate a picture, right? So, you know, there was creativity. I had a general idea of what I wanted it to look like, and frankly, actually, this is pretty close to it. I look kind of okay-ish there, I guess. I think that's a contender. How about this one? Actually, I like the animated look. I wish it didn't have repeat images. And one of the ones I'm not using right now is GPT 1.5, I believe it is. And the reason why I'm not using it is because, you can't do 16:9 aspect ratios. I think this is pretty good. I really do. Here's another one. Again, these are good. These are not. And we're in like 12 minutes into the video, and we've seen 1, 2, 3 potential winners. This one is kind of maybe. Now let's go to Midjourney. As I said, one of these is a program I would never use. That would be Midjourney. I have no idea. It gave me a Yankees hat, and it makes my eyes bulge. Alright. Oh my gosh, I really hope that this guy isn't more handsome than me. I said slightly more handsome. I did say that. I've always wondered what I look like with some facial hair. And some almost Yankee hat. So, in my experience, for a lot of professional work, from a YouTube standpoint, Midjourney just doesn't work. It just doesn't provide the results I'm looking for. If I was making actual graphic designs and I was trying to make art, then I think Midjourney is pretty good, probably at that. But from a YouTube thumbnail standpoint, I've not ever gotten anything remotely close using Midjourney. So keep that in mind. That's one X right there. Nano Banana Pro. Good. So hey, so let's go ahead and have it generate another one. Right? Go. In the meantime, we're going to go to the image generator here. We'll play around with a few others. The one I wanted to show you was Nano Banana Pro. I agree. Yes, that is literally a picture of me. Because it does a great job. It really does. So here are some other options we have with it. GPT image 1.5, sure. It's not going to be the right aspect ratio. Seedream 4.5, which is the old one. I've got an account. Doggone you. Alright, so back over here. We have our results. And, oh, that was another one right here. So there's another option we have in Z image. So here's the second round right here. Those are good. Again, man, it's hard to knock any of these thumbnails. So in LTX Studio, there's also, you have the option to use a Z image. So we'll try that. And while that's working, we'll switch back over to this camera. And again, this is pretty good. I actually kind of like this a lot. My face looks a little kind of, and it cuts it off. So it's a matter of it using the wrong aspect ratio. Oh, wait a minute, I use a 1:1. Me using the wrong aspect ratio. All right, so we're going to generate that now at the 16:9. Let's go back to GPT 1.5. Let's get away from 1:1. 3.2 is going to be at least a little closer. Is there any other ones here? Cling. You know, Cling actually is pretty good. I forgot to change it. Just burning through these credits, boy. I think this gets us pretty close. We could try a Flux Flex. Okay. So this is our Seedream 4.5. No, this isn't it. This is Seedream 4.5 as well. Again, not great. GPT image. I don't really know what I've got in my hand here. But that's good. So the reason why, one of the reasons why I bring this all up, a couple reasons. One, thumbnails are critical. Absolutely critical. So you have to do them right. The next thing is, a lot of people pay for subscriptions. You'll get emails from these different companies saying, hey, we want to optimize your thumbnails. We want to make them better. This is all they're doing. Literally, this is all they're doing. So do it yourself, right? So instead of hiring some subscription services, some of them actually use artists that are talented and they do a good job. But even if you are using Fiverr, are you really sure that these are hand drawn? That you're not just having somebody create them prompts? I don't know. The next thing I want you to know is these aren't necessarily final products. So like you can go in, and this one right here is pretty good, but I would probably still go in and modify it a little bit in Photoshop. For one, it's the wrong aspect ratio. But I would still probably clean up my neck a little bit on it. And there are some other little techniques you can use in Photoshop, maybe to pop colors or whatnot, just to kind of fine tune it. So again, this is GPT image 1.5. I'd say that's the second best, but it's good. Nano Banana Pro kind of looks weird, the little banana they gave you. This is Kling, I believe, right? Kling. Pretty poor effort, I think. Like, you know, your text is kind of off. There's nothing really great about it. Again, here, Nano Banana Pro. No, thank you. Flux 5. It looks like a little poop emoji. No, thank you. What did they do to me there? Flux 2 Flex. Yeah, that's not going to work either. But we also went back, remember, and we did some with LTX. We did Z image. So we're going to refresh this screen. And then these are Z image right here. That's literally the picture I uploaded. The picture I uploaded with some stuff. Like, again, NAP 5.0 Banana Pro Flux, whatever. Ain't gonna work. This is the picture again that I uploaded. Nano AI viral thumbnails, sure. And again, some garbage, and they gave me a goatee. Hey, you know, leave a comment. Should I get to grow a goatee? But the winner is probably gonna be this guy. I like the colors. I like everything that it did. That's Nano Banana Pro. So if you have any questions, let me know. The purpose of this channel is to try to be a little bit more interactive. I have my main channel that takes up a vast majority of my time. My daughter has a second channel that takes up a fair amount of time. And then whenever I get time, I try to fit this in. It's a channel I'm trying to pivot on and try to create new content. But I don't have it. Maybe somebody told me that, hey, your timelines are a little off, and you need to have a better summary, and you need to, kind of tighten things up a little bit and make it better. And I agree. I just have to be able to have more time and validate myself that the time I'm putting into this channel is time well spent. And I think the more views I get, the more subscribers I get, the more time I can put into it, and definitely the better we can get this content and go. I think I've got some experience in these last 14 years I can share, and making videos and being monetized, and just talking about not just AI and the AI journey and tech reviews, but also kind of just the life of a content creator who's been a full-time content creator now for like 12 years. And it all seems good and great until you have a day where your views drop 70%. And I've had those days. I've seen friends get demonetized and lose their channels, and so there's a lot going on with being a content creator, and I'd like to share that experiences with you, from pre-Elsa Gate to Elsa Gate to Copa to AI. There's just a big story to tell. So again, as one of my commenters said, I need a summary. So first of all, thumbnails are important. You got to get it right. Don't do like I did back in 2012 and just use whatever popped up. Don't use just a picture on your phone, that you snap. Don't do those things. Be intentional with your thumbnail. Be intentional. AI thumbnails can work, but they're not the only way to do it. I think for this content, where I'm talking about AI, and I'm literally making showing people how to make an AI thumbnail, it makes a lot of sense to use an AI thumbnail, right? I mean, that's kind of the whole thing. If I'm making more organic content, it might make zero sense to use it, right? It might make zero sense. Maybe you still stay with Photoshop and you just try to clean images up and give good edges and good contrast. Sometimes you do a blend, and you start, which is what I typically do, you start with AI to create your draft of what you want it to look like, and then you fine tune all the elements, you paste in, and you do what you have to do with your actual pictures to create your final product in Photoshop. So it's not one size fits all. It's a process, and you really need to define it on how you want to do it. But I think it's pretty fun, and you don't have to spend a ton of money to do it. And again, so that was the final point I had. Even though these look good, Photoshop or some sort of photo editing software, it's still probably going to be necessary to get it just right. And that doesn't even count things like Topaz Labs, which will be the subject of another video. So if you have any questions, I'd love to hear, and let me know how you do your workflow for thumbnails. And again, I think this is kind of fun. So I'm starting to ramble, so I gotta let you go. Have a great day and take care, everyone. Bye-bye.